Good morning, I'm Kurt Caraway. We're here at Comma Coffee for Our Town. This morning we're going to be talking with Gary Schulz, who is running for the City Supervisor Ward 1 seat. Right now we're going to take a short break for a word from our sponsor.
What's the role of a healthcare system? Is it to make you better when you're sick? To mend you when you're injured? Are you ready to live healthier? Start today at herestoyourhealth.net, a free service of Carson Tahoe Regional Healthcare.
And we're back. We're talking with Gary Schulz, who's running for the Carson City Board of Supervisors, Ward 1. How are you doing this morning?
Great. It's wonderful to be here.
All right. You know, you've jumped into the rather crowded race of Ward 1.
Never thought it'd be this crowded.
Yeah. I think a lot of people thought that. I mean, Robin Williamson's held the seat for 12 years, I think it is. And so everybody's rushing to fill that spot. And why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've lived in Carson City 16 years. I'm married. My wife is Dr. Susan Dobrinick. She's a pathologist at Carson Tahoe Hospital. I have two daughters. Lauren graduated from Carson High School last year, and she's currently a freshman at Penn State University. My youngest daughter, Kate, she's a junior at Carson High School, and she'll be graduating next year. Me, I'm a businessman. Attended the University of Arizona, graduated 1981 with a degree in business administration. And the most recent business interest that I've been involved with was bringing professional basketball to northern Nevada as part of downtown Reno redevelopment. I was a founding owner and limited partner in the Reno Bighorns basketball franchise.
All right. Well, and that's the amazing part of this thing. I mean, I don't think people, you know, how do you get involved in a professional basketball league like that, I guess? What's the
That's an interesting question. This goes back almost 3 or 4 years. I've known a number of basketball people in the Reno area. Ethan O'Brien played basketball for the University of Nevada. Played 10 years professionally for the Harlem Globetrotters. And Jason Glover, he was an assistant coach at the University of Nevada. And you know, we just get together and talk basketball a lot and think, what would we have to do to bring a D-League franchise, NBA D-League franchise, to this area and be successful? And
and you did.
There's all sorts of things you do. You say, oh, hey, basketball, it's wonderful. You know, everybody loves basketball. Here's my money. I want to invest. No, you don't go about it that way. There's a lot of things you have to do. We did a market analysis. Can this area support something like that? Put together an operating statement. Looked at the worst case scenario as far as the expenses, what kind of revenue we could generate. You know, all sorts of things. There was a lot of homework to do before you make a commitment to this type of operation. And you know, we were very successful in our first year. And since then, my partners and I, we sold the basketball team to the owners of the Reno Aces. And so I'm no longer involved with the Reno Bighorns except as an advisory capacity. I serve on a committee with them right now.
All right. Well, I mean, that's amazing. So your involvement in the redevelopment of downtown Reno may give you a little bit of insight in trying to do downtown redevelopment here in Carson, do you think?
I believe it will. One of the things that Reno was looking for was to bring events to downtown. And these events would bring people, you know, to the area, and they were looking to fill their event center, and we were able to occupy or sign a lease with them and reach an agreement where we could do that. And the Reno Events Center isn't really configured for basketball, but it worked out well for us.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to come back and talk about that in just a second. Right now we're going to take a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Troy Alfonso, Parts Manager at Capital Ford.
I'm Shel Tingley, Service Manager. Did you know that just 29 miles south of Reno is one of Ford Motor Company's highest rated service departments?
We've earned top honors from Ford for customer satisfaction, the President's Award, so we guarantee to exceed your current expectations.
Feel confident in knowing where to service your Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury.
At award-winning Dick Company's Capital Ford, just 29 miles south of Reno.
Now servicing Lincolns and Mercurys.
And we're back, and we're talking with Gary Schulz, who's running for the Ward 1 supervisor seat. And we were just talking about, you know, how your experience with the Reno Bighorns might translate over into doing downtown redevelopment. What do you think is the big challenge we have for this downtown redevelopment right now?
Well, right now there's a lot of emotion involved. You hear about the library being the centerpiece. They call it a knowledge center. I don't know if that's going to be an economic engine to bring new business to Carson City and create new jobs. And that's what they're selling it as. Right now there's not a lot of detail. There's not a lot of facts. You know, as a business person, I can't, proceed with limited information like that to make a decision. So it's kind of wait and see. But I don't believe a library or knowledge center, if that's what you want to call it, should be the centerpiece of downtown redevelopment. I'm looking more for an event center with flexibility in design that could host a wide variety of events in the downtown area. We have so many buildings downtown. The Capitol complex, those buildings close at 5 o'clock. Now, as part of downtown, there's a certain amount of charm to have the Capitol there, the courthouses and the grounds. But to bring people downtown, people want to do something after 5 o'clock, after work's over, and events and entertainment bring people downtown.
Yeah, so you didn't think that the library would be that kind of evening draw, I guess?
No, not at all.
So.
And I don't think it'll bring new business or new jobs to Carson City. It'll create some construction jobs initially, but as far as a new business relocating to Carson City because of a new library, new businesses won't come to town just because of that. There's too many other factors that businesses are looking at, and a new library is very low on the list.
And what about, as part of this Nugget project, the so-called Nugget project, the business incubator that they want to do? Do you think that is a feasible idea or something that can...
A business incubator is a nice concept. My position on that is the digital media lab and the business incubator is the type of public-private partnership that should be done in conjunction with Western Nevada College. Now there's plenty of room up at the college for something like this, and up at the college that's where you're going to find your skilled and educated workforce to fill these jobs that new businesses will bring with them to Carson City when they relocate. And it doesn't have to be in downtown to be successful. It should be out at the college. That's my view on that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's, when you think about it, they wanted to put 3 state agencies, draw them into that same area, the library and everything. The parking garage they're talking about is going to have to be pretty big
yes, it will.
to hold all those things. What else about what other issues are really interesting you in terms of supervisors' race?
Well, it's not any particular issues. This isn't an exciting job or a glamorous job being supervisor. People want to make sure the potholes get filled in their streets. They want to make sure the snow gets plowed, and they want to make sure when it rains, the water doesn't flood their neighborhood. Those are all issues that you have to deal with as a supervisor.
Right. The sewer's backing up. Can't have that.
But it's my position. I'm running as an outsider. I don't have a business or personal relationship with any elected official here. But I'm going to bring a business perspective to all the issues that are presented to the board. And most importantly, I'm going to bring a taxpayer's perspective to these issues. And that's how we review these things.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on, talking with us. And good luck in your race. And thank you for tuning in. And tune in next time to Our Town at Common Coffee.
Thank you for having me.
America is going crazy over L&L Hawaiian Barbecue, a fusion of tasty dishes, freshly cooked with big portions at prices you can afford.
There's one thing I love about Hawaii, it's L&L Hawaiian Barbecue.
L&L, Hawaii's original, Hawaii's best.